Hi everyone, welcome back to YouTube. You're here, you're awesome, you made it. This is a fun place to be. I'm your friend and host, Dan Compton, and welcome back to Dan the Starman. So, we have a really great episode for you guys today. So, today officially marks a very special milestone and a very special celebration that happened in my past. So, as you know, right here at Dan the Starman, we celebrate some really special milestones that of very special memories that have occurred in my past in my life. So, today officially marks 13 years ago today that I've officially met Nick Jonas for the first time ever in person. That's right, folks. I met Nick Jonas literally in person when he started the Broadway musical How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. So, today marks 13 years ago today because it happened on April 6, 2012. So, in honor of this awesome milestone on 13 years ago today, I thought it would be cool if I share you the story of how I met Nick Jonas in person in How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. But before we can do that, once again, we need the help of our favorite legendary storybook. So that being said, how about we make our storybook appear, shall we? Alright guys, here it is, the legendary Once Upon a Time storybook. Alright guys, make yourselves comfy because once again, it's story time. Alright, so, today you're going to be hearing the story of how I met Nick Jonas 13 years ago today in New York City. And remember, everything I'm about to tell you guys is all 100% absolutely true. So, let's begin, shall we? Once upon a time, 13 years ago today, on April 6, 2012, I met Nick Jonas when he starred in the Broadway musical How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. And it was all thanks to my bestie, Ondrea. So, 13 years ago today, I went to New York City and I brought my bestie, Ondrea, with me. I brought Ondrea with me to see Nick Jonas in the Broadway musical How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. So, we had a little bit of time left before the show started, and so we walked around the city of New York City. And then about a couple hours early before the show started, Nick Jonas arrived to the crowd at the entrance, and he was giving out autographs. And then when he came to me and Ondrea, that was when I met Nick Jonas. And when I met Nick Jonas, he was literally smiling at me, which was so special to him and me as well. It was amazing. So then, after our meet and greet with Nick Jonas, that was when Ondrea and I went out to the theater and we were able to purchase these awesome t-shirts, like the one you see me wearing right now. It's so cool that I was able to purchase this awesome t-shirt. It's so awesome. So anyway, as I was saying, so Ondrea and I went out to the theater and we were able to enjoy the show, How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and Nick Jonas was incredible. He did such an amazing job playing the role of J Finch from How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. And then, about a couple of hours later, after the show was over, that was when we ran back outside just to get our picture with Nick Jonas together. So then, probably like a few minutes later, after the show was over, before Nick Jonas showed up, we were able to meet some of his awesome castmates, such as Beau Bridges and some other awesome, incredible actors that starred alongside with Nick Jonas as well. And then probably like maybe 5 to 8 minutes later, that was when Nick Jonas came out, and Ondrea was able to get her selfie with Nick Jonas, and so did I. It was such an incredible experience. It was such an amazing experience to meet Nick Jonas for the first time ever in person. So, and that was the story of how I met Nick Jonas 13 years ago today, all thanks to my bestie Ondrea, and it was all 100% absolutely true. So, that was such an incredible story, guys, don't you think? It was such an amazing, fun story for you guys to hear as well. So, that being said, let's transform this book back to where it was. So, magical source, Nick Jonas Force. Alright guys, so that was such an amazing story for you guys to hear. It was so awesome that you got to hear the story of how I met Nick Jonas for the very first time 13 years ago today. It was all thanks to my bestie Ondrea. It was such an amazing experience for her and me to enjoy as well too over the years. It was amazing, such an incredible experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. So, it was such an incredible experience to meet Nick Jonas for the first time ever, and it was so awesome. So, alright guys, well it's all the time we have for today. So before we go, once again, I'd like you all please keep telling your friends, keep telling everyone you know all over your hometown, your schools, your neighbors, to subscribe to my channel, Dan the Starman, please. And be sure to please hit the like button right here on Dan the Starman, please. So remember to please hit like and subscribe to Dan the Starman, please. So, thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. And until then, I'm Dan Compton, and I'm Dan the Starman, everybody. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you next time, right here on Dan the Starman. Have a great day. Enjoy, everyone.